Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In case you haven't tuned in before, I'm Michael and I do Pokemon investing videos. And if you're returning, welcome back. Hey, quick side note, watched Gladiator 2 the other night. That's actually a really good movie, really enjoyed it. Let me know down below, have you watched it? Did you enjoy it? What did you think? Was it as good as the first one? But no, I really liked it. Denzel Washington, I think, put in an awesome performance, and as did some of the other actors. Anyway, on to the topic at hand. The best Pokemon card packs to buy in 2024. Now, this is a bit of a funny one, isn't it? Because so often I talk about Elite Trainer boxes, booster boxes, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes, 3-pack blisters, but you know what? Sometimes you just want to get some value for money and just open some packs. Maybe you've gone into your local here in Australia, Target, Kmart, etc. In America, Costco, Walmart, wherever it might be, and you just want to buy half a dozen packs and just have some fun opening them. And, what are the best packs, I suppose almost value for money wise and hit rate wise and odds wise? What are the best packs that you can buy in 2024? I'm going to give you my top three, but I'm going to start off with two honorable mentions. The first one being Twilight Masquerade. Now, they're currently pricing at $4.38 US per booster pack. These are just loose booster packs. There is a 20% chance that you're going to pull something. So this is either going to be a hyper rare, an illustration rare, a special illustration rare, or an ultra rare. So 1 in 5 packs, you're going to pull yourself something of note, so to speak. And now look, the good thing about Twilight Masquerade, and you would have to get super lucky if you've just gone into the shop and bought yourself, half a dozen booster packs. It's 1 in 941 chance to pull any specific special illustration rare. And that, of course, includes the second most expensive chase card from the whole Scarlet and Violet era in that beautiful Greninja EX. Look, I know it's controversial. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Personally, I absolutely love the card. I think it's an absolute banger. So that's why I'm giving Twilight Masquerade an honorable mention. A second honorable mention goes to Paldea Evolved. And really because the cost of the booster packs, they're only $3.88 and very similar odds of getting yourself something. There's actually only an 18% chance of pulling either a hyper rare, illustration rare, special illustration rare, or ultra rare from Paldea Evolved. You've got the chase for that gorgeous illustration rare Magikarp. There's also the awesome Tyranitar illustration rare. It's 1 in 480 chance to pull any specific illustration rare. So of course, that's the odds of pulling that Magikarp. Now, the reason those odds are so high for any specific illustration rares is just so much depth of illustration rare. And I think cost per pack at $3.88, plus the sheer number of really nice looking illustration rares from Paldea Evolved make it a good option if you want to just, grab half a dozen packs to open from your local shop. On to the top three. Now, the number one might actually surprise a few people. But number 3 on my list is Surging Sparks. Currently, booster I'm so used to talking about booster pack pricing is $4.88. Like Twilight Masquerade, there is a 20% chance of pulling something. So a hyper rare, illustration rare, special illustration rare, or ultra rare. And also similar to Twilight Masquerade, there's a 1 in 960 chance of pulling any specific special illustration rare, of course, including the absolute gem, the Pikachu EX special illustration rare, or the Latias special illustration rare, or the Hydreigon special, the list goes on. But you're 1 in 960 chance of pulling one of those. And for $4.88, I think it represents pretty good value still, especially with how much hype is around the set. Just to put it into perspective though, it's nearly like a 1 in 2,000 chance of pulling any specific alternate art VMAX from Evolving Skies. So Umbreon, for argument's sake, is pretty much twice as hard to pull as Pikachu EX from Surging Sparks. I think, the hype around Surging Sparks, the relatively inexpensive cost per booster pack, although it's rising rapidly north at the moment, particularly booster box pricing, and a 20% chance of pulling something. Like I said, if you just want to go down the shop and grab yourself half a dozen packs or 10 packs, for $50 or for $30 for half a dozen, I think it's pretty good buying, and that's why I rank it number 3. Number 2 on the list, 151. Look, booster pack pricing has shot up relatively steeply. We all know it's not easy to find in stores. If you can find it or you do want to buy it online, It's currently going for just under $9 per booster pack. There is a 19% chance, so roughly the same as Surging Sparks or Twilight Masquerade, but 19% chance of pulling yourself some sort of hit out of a pack. So 1 in 5 packs. And hey, look, I think this is why it ranked number 2 for me. There's a 1 in 225 chance for any specific special illustration rare, including the Alakazam, which is, if you watch this channel, is my favorite special illustration rare of all time so far from Scarlet and Violet. I feel like maybe there might be a Team Rocket special illustration rare that could knock that off for me when it comes out, first or second quarter next year. I hope there is. I love that Alakazam, but I want something to surpass it. So that Alakazam, the Charizard, the Blastoise, the Venusaur, the Zapdos, 1 in 225 chance. And look, some of those cards hold really good value. That Charizard in particular, we know what that's done lately. It's shot up, it's retracted a little bit, but has shot up in price compared to where it sat, 6 months ago. So that's why it ranks number 2 for me. Now, number 1, this might be a touch controversial. I said it would be, but number 1 for me is actually Paldean Fates. And hear me out, okay? You might want to shoot me down and go, oh, well, it's nowhere near as good a set as 151 or Surging Sparks or even, Paldea Evolved Twilight Masquerade. But hear me out. $5 or just over $5 US per booster pack. And look, in Australia, it was cheaper. I think Kmart were doing, or maybe it was Big W, online we're doing like 39 Australian dollars for an Elite Trainer box. That works out to be like $26 US for an Elite Trainer box of Paldean Fates. It was going so cheap down here for a while. But $5 US or just over per booster pack. But this is why I think it would be a good open and why I've ranked it the number 1 booster pack, just to grab for yourself, to have a bit of fun and open half a dozen packs or a dozen packs. 44% of pulling something. So that includes Hyper Rare, Illustration Rare, Special Illustration Rare, Ultra Rare, or in this case, a Shiny Rare. We've got the whole Shiny Vault from Paldean Fates. You've got some great original Gen 1 Shinies in there as well. Charmander, Charmeleon, Pikachu. I just think, for fun factor and, dollar per piece of fun ratio, there's every chance you're going to pull, like, buy yourself a dozen Paldean Fates packs. You're going to pull something, like, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 hits out of that, maybe even 6 hits, and you could pick up a couple of shinies. And the good thing is, and I know this isn't super good odds, it's not as good as 151, but it's 1 in 465 chance of any specific special illustration. I know there's not many, but the 3 really nice ones that are inside there, the Gardevoir, the Charizard, and in particular that Bubble Mew, they're not cheap cards. You've got a chance of pulling those. And, that Bubble Mew, imagine or even the Charizard in particular, like those 2 cards in particular, if you pulled one of those, you're going to be super, super pumped with yourself, aren't you? So couple that with the fact that you're getting really good pull rates or really good hit rates from that set, just makes it a really, really fun set to open. Hey, let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments below. If you were to have a top 3, best Pokemon packs to open or buy in 2024, let me know down below. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz, and I'll catch everyone next time.